Morning, everybody. It's like 36 degrees out here, and it's Monday. Man, it's a little cool out here, in my opinion. Yeah, it could be a little bit warmer. Today is the first day our help is here. Our new hired hand, Mike, will be helping us this summer. He's family, so he kind of knows a little bit about the farm. Right, Bitsy? Bitsy, I'm talking to you. Least you could do is look at me. Really? Okay. Dottie? Spot? Hopi? Fancy? Alright. Okay, so that's that. We get down here to the barn, see what's going on, and Mike should be here half hour to an hour, something like that. And we have things to work on, we have things to get ready, and I have a couple small deliveries today. Nothing big, just one's 40 minutes away. That'll be this afternoon, so get that together and let's get on with our day, and hopefully we get some warmer days coming up here soon. Evening, everyone. How's your Monday going? Well, like I said earlier, today was Mike's first day. It's going good. He's helped quite a bit. The dump wagon that we have been working on, putting the cylinder back on, has kicked our butts. And when I left, Dad was still, let's turn that radio off. When I left, Dad was still working on it. I had a delivery in Williamsburg. Mike was heading out to go mow the grass at the church. I better slow down here. I like to go down Route 68 out of Wilmington to 50 in Fayetteville and cut across to 131, Moore Marathon Road, or I think it's Buckman or something like that, to Moore Marathon. Pretty simple. Get going down 68, get down there to the stop sign at 28. I think it's called Midland. Somebody might correct me on that. Anywho, up ahead, road closed signs. 68 is closed. Going on down through there. Well, that's great. So, detour is going 28 through Blanchester. Okay, well, let's do that. So, finally made it there. Got to unload my hay. Lots of stops and starts on the brakes, twists and turns, all that good stuff. Coming back, I thought, well, I'd love to go up through Fayetteville, but I know 68's closed, so gonna have to go up the way I came back. Coming back in Blanchester, there's railroad tracks that run through town, and they were unloading equipment to work on the railroad tracks in town, and they just had, so there was a detour for a detour, and the workers there for the railroad company, or the contractor that's working for the railroad company or whatever, were just directing you to go a certain way. I don't know Blanchester. Just going through town, finally made it over to Route 28 and got back. But here's the thing, even when I was in Blanchester, I did not see no Route 68 detour signs. So I don't know where they're taking that detour. Stopped at a gas station there in Midland. Got a snack and an energy drink because my day's not done yet. And there was two truck drivers there. I couldn't figure out where to go because the detour was not on GPS. The road closed was not on GPS, saying that 68 was closed. And it was a mess. They were lost. So, and I told them, I said, well, don't try and go through Blanchester with your truck. You can't make it right now unless you want to take a bunch of side streets. It kind of reminded me of my old truck driving days when I would haul oversized loads. And you would, so when you haul oversized, you get permits from the state. You have to stick to those state routes. Usually they will take you out and around towns, all that, depending on your weight, depending on your width, all that good kind of stuff. Reminded me of that. I would hit detours sometimes and just pull over and just stop and make some phone calls and make sure I had permission. And all you had then was, you know, you didn't have all this stuff where you could look it up on your phone, where GPS would give you a map on your phone and all that. You didn't have Google. You didn't have all that. And then the boss would always say it was my fault. So anyway, I'd had about enough of that crap. So yeah, just spinning. Camera here says that's 6.5 minutes of venting. I'm on my way back home where I have to feed cattle and do whatever else. Except my day's not over yet. So, see ya. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday morning. I believe what we're doing this morning is I'm taking the Mahindra to American Equipment. They're going to plug it in, try and find out why our check engine light is on. It's been on ever since we made those changes where we fixed the wire, we changed the turbo, new turbo boost sensor. Threw some money into that thing, but check engine light is on, and I think it's when I was bush hogging the other day, it seemed to be derated, which means it didn't have all the power that it should. So I think that's going on. Yesterday, Dad and I fooled with it, with that wire that we had put on, and it seemed like I got more power out of it because I put the bucket on and I went out to the piles out back, and I think I could have pushed that whole pile over if I wanted to. It just spun the tires front and rear and didn't bog down. Went down the hill and back up and was able to come up the hill without it bogging down or anything, and couldn't do that before. So the other night when I was bush hogging, I actually had to put it into low range. It's got low, medium, and high, and I've always done everything like that on medium. Well, I had to put it in low just to go up and down the hills there. So I don't know, that made me think it was underpowered, but whatever we did yesterday, I don't know if it woke it up or whatever. Seems to be doing better, but the check engine light is still on, and I want to get that figured out. Make sure it's good to go. And he also wants us to look at the new tractor that he's got down there, so we'll be doing that. Well, a little change of plans. Yeah, I'm drinking heavy this morning, right? So we didn't get our Mahindra down there to American Equipment because the tech we need is out on service calls in Circleville. Like 3 of them. Who knows what time he's going to be back from those. Plan is to do it tomorrow morning now. So it might be raining, but you know, we can haul it in the rain, and he said he could get it inside his shop. Okay, we'll do that. This needs to go in the fridge. Anywho, test drove that 6075 that Walt has there that he wanted me to test drive. It is a nice tractor. It does have a nice price on it. Oh, my boy Buster's in here getting a drink. So, I just don't think I want one with a cab. I do know where there is one for sale with like 239 hours on it, I think it said. And a lot cheaper, a lot nicer price. That cab is about a 10 grand option. And yeah, it's nice. You know, you would be out of the heat, and you'd be in the air conditioning and all that, and out of the dust, I guess, you know, for picking up hay. Buster's looking at me like, what are you doing? But yeah, I just don't think I want one with a cab. I don't think it would work out good for me, and I want to get our tractor fixed. How about you? So that's that. I got somebody, a friend of mine, coming to get a few bales of hay. I'm gonna get them thrown down here. We'll get our Mahindra over there tomorrow. Buster's gonna lick some of that mineral block. That's good. That's good. That's fine with me. Just look at the neck on this boy. Look at that. Hey, that good old boy. So I am out field checking, and this here is Mike Stoffer's. It's off of Ballard Road, right next to bike path. It's over there, those trees. Not bad. Not bad at all. Get out and show you something. We had a real light frost this week. It only lasted, just like I was talking to a guy earlier today, it only lasted a couple hours. Wasn't a hard frost. I think it came in about 5-6 a.m. and was out of here by like 8:30 a.m. So didn't hang on and kill much. But are you okay? Are you okay? I'm fine with you not being okay. See how that's curled over? So frost did that. Frost and cool temperatures. That's okay. That saves me from having to spray whatever these weeds are. Here's another one. Not looking too good for that guy. And I'm fine with that. That saves me from having to do a lot of spraying. So it looks like that little frost we had hurt weeds. I'm hoping it hurt bugs that are on the grass trying to eat it. And didn't hurt the grass or any alfalfa. There is no alfalfa in this. There is some clover. That's what that will be. We are not in bloom yet, but that's what that is. Look real close there. Something has been, oh, got one stuck to me. If I spray, it wipes out the clover too. I'm okay with that. But I wouldn't mind getting in here before this clover goes to bloom. Whatever this grass is, I mean, not whatever. That is frost also. Yeah, it's not all over the place. This field sometimes makes Timothy in it also. Some of the Timothy hay that I have sold, or I have called it grass hay with Timothy, has come from this field. So, went to get a bite to eat. I wanted to come by and check these fields. And don't think I need to spray. That's good. Gonna save money there, save time. And like I said, we might be able to make hay off this. This goes back beside this pond. We have went back around that pond. There's a little area back here about the size of a small baseball diamond actually, but I've cut it for him, but it's just tough to get it turned around in there and make hay. So this section of it over here seeded. Probably been 5-6 years now. So little lane here, he drives back through here to get to his barn back there. All right, may go check on a couple others on this road. Yeehaw. So what are we doing today, you ask? I heard you ask that. So good evening, by the way. It's Saturday evening, which I thought was gonna be rain all day. No, it's turned out to be pretty decent. Trimming trees. That's what I'm doing. I got the cobalt here, and right now we are in the bottom field of Wilson's over off Jasper Road in St. John. And I wasn't headed to this field, but I know there was a tree at the entrance that we had to take care of. I got it out, which I think we're going to be able to use that other entrance that goes up there. It's a little bit safer to get in and out. But I'm going to trim a little bit more. This is a battery powered trimmer. I've already went through one battery. When we bought it, we bought an extra battery, and I've got the other one on charge, plugged into the 110 outlet in the truck under the dash. So never used it, but it says it's charging and it's working. Don't know if it works with the key off, but I'm going to keep the truck running while I'm doing this, and I'll try and find a place here to mount you guys so you can watch me trim a few trees, I guess. So rule of thumb on trimming these trees, if I can reach them with my trimmer, then they will most likely touch the top of the accumulator. That is the tallest thing we have. And, you know, we have that camera mounted on top of the accumulator to watch when the bales get stuck and all that. And we have torn that antenna off many times and had to order new antennas. But I think that is it in this field. I will move on to Ballard Road, where I was originally headed, and I can just see Dad going and checking on me, and because I told him I was going there, but no, I decided to stop in here. And I'm surprised he has not called me and said, hey, where you at? But he hasn't. this field's doing pretty good. I interseeded some of this, and also in the video, this is where you've seen me using the rotary hoe. I think it's helped it, I really do. Alfalfa's looking decent. The patches that I, you know, went over, because Joe, the gentleman that owned this ground before, Chris and Carrie did, whatever. He had a little garden area back here also, and I always went around it. So I went through here and put in alfalfa. Might be some growing there. You can see one of the slits from the drill right there. If you look closely, that's it right there, the line. There, yeah, it's coming up in here, good, okay. I was beginning to wonder, because I did it before all that cold snap. Wow, okay. That's alfalfa growing up in here. Morning, everybody. We might cut hay here in a little bit. I have the alfalfa field that's behind my house that bugs are on pretty bad. Just like last year. I know this the last few days have been cool, and they probably have not been on it. But it's not going to get any better. I don't think it's going to grow much anymore. We had the same problem last year. We cut it short. We cut it early last year, and it made good hay. And I didn't have any more. I didn't have bugs from then on. Waiting for a car to go by here. So hoping that fixes that. So this may be the start of hay season 2023, because those weeds and stuff that I cut in Zinga, those didn't count. So let's see what happens over here. Stuff isn't very tall, so probably will most likely have to use the lower RPM. Afternoon, everybody. So happy Friday. Good news, bad news. That has a new home. I think maybe I've talked about it, but we've been throwing the idea around about you know, getting another tractor, and we've went and shopped. We looked at some New Hollands. Was not impressed with the New Hollands. Did some calling around, looking around online, all that good stuff. You know, you can do a lot of shopping online anymore, you know, for tractors and all that. But lo and behold, had a guy call me yesterday afternoon, wanted to come yesterday evening, then something happened, he couldn't make it. So he came today and looked the tractor over and didn't need to get on it or drive it or anything. He didn't want to, and wrote me a check. So she's sold. She's going to a new home, and it's probably the easiest sell I've ever had. This gentleman is from Fayette County. which those of you who don't know is the next county east of here. He says it took him 17 minutes to drive here, but he basically just looked everything over, had me go back and forth with it, raised the loader up and down, and he said that's good. Wrote us a check. I got $500 less than what I wanted. He offered $1,000 less than what I was asking. We met in the middle at $500, and I said I would take it to him. So I'm loading it up in the morning and going to take it to him. I'm going to miss that little tractor. So here's the other thing. Was not expecting to sell this tractor this quick. My salesman Walt down at American Equipment Services in Sabina, the numbers he had put together was on the tractors that they have on the lot, which is a 6075. It's about a 71, 72 horsepower Mahindra tractor with a cab, full drive loader, all that stuff. That's what he had priced to us with the lease and all that. And don't really want a cab. Got to looking at all the spec numbers and all that. This 6065 is the same tractor, same engine, same everything, just a little bit less horsepower. And of course, less money. And I don't need the cab. I've gotten by fine without a cab on this one. I think a cab on a loader tractor with some of the stuff I do with the loader in and out of the barn, along fence lines, tree lines, and all that, bush hogging and all that. I think a cab would scare me, that I would damage something. So, I mean, I don't mow along fence lines with that New Holland. So, I think that would not be a good thing. So we don't need a cab. I don't need the higher horsepower tractor. We're looking for a 6065. He doesn't have one. He said that's going to have to come off the assembly line. This tractor we have now came off the assembly line. We had to wait on it quite a bit. So he is looking, and I called him right after this tractor sold today, and he was at lunch, but he came back from lunch and he got on the phone. He's trying to do some trading with some other dealerships. Called him about 15 minutes ago, about 4:15. They leave there at 5, and they're not open Saturdays, but he hadn't heard back from the other dealerships. So that's that's probably not a good thing. Since COVID, dealerships don't want to trade amongst one another anymore, even though it's the same brand. But he's trying to find me one without having to wait on one off the assembly line, because we're going to be without a good loader tractor. There's one here, Chad's old Ford, I could use if we have to, and we may bale some hay tomorrow. So I'm going to have to pick it up with his Ford with the grapples. That's going to be all right. That'll work. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Well, the Mahindra's on the trailer. We're taking it to its new home, and Monday or Tuesday I will await my new one to see when, where, how that that we're getting that. So that's interesting. I really want to go through American Equipment to get mine. I mean, I could go out of town, go to another dealership that has them, and go and do it. But I really want to buy it through American Equipment. So even if I'd have to buy it somewhere else, they'd have to honor their warranty and do any warranty work, and it's just right to buy it from them anyway. Plus, I really like my buddy Walt, and I like everybody there at American Equipment. So we'll wait. We'll let Walt do his work and try and get us one. Well, loader is dropped off. I am just about back home, and things are about to get interesting at the farm. We have that little bit of alfalfa cut down behind my house, and we have some grass hay over on Ballard Road over Mike Stauffer's cut down. The grass will go alfalfa, I'm not so sure, but good chances of rain tomorrow around noon. So it is what it is. We knew this when we cut it, but I thought the rain was holding off till Monday. Forecast changed, Sunday now. Well, we're making little green squares anyway. Dad was just confused because the cameras weren't working. Well, the cameras that I have, one's on the top of the accumulator, one's on the baler to where it ties. Those are powered through the parking lights. And you can see the parking lights are on. The screen inside the tractor is powered through the cigarette lighter. That's just how we have it. I can't get him to figure that out. I think we have blown a fuse for the cigarette lighter. Not a biggie, or it came unplugged under the cover. We'll get to that the next time. He was confused on that. This isn't gonna make very much. He's on his second windrow now, and we've only made
well, what's in the chute and what's here. I may just pick them up by hand instead of running the Chad's Ford over here, as we're without a loader tractor. So yeah, next time we bale, we will have one from somewhere. Forgot to ask him what his moisture was saying on his moisture monitor. Sometimes when we bale hay this early, might go ahead and go for a ride here. Lots of times when we bale hay this early in the year, I can't even stay on this. These stems will bleed out the end of them. I'm gonna put one in my mouth here. I don't know if we're gonna have that trouble. Yeah, how can horses eat that? Anywho, hey, how you doing? Just slide right in there. Oh, that tastes terrible. I don't know, we'll see. We'll lay these out at home, make sure they get some air next few days. I'm gonna make sure this will dump 10, and then I'm gonna go get the truck in the wagon and start following him. Need 2 more here. Coming right up, he said. I told him he could turn the parking lights off, he didn't. Oh well. So we're finishing up behind my house here, and this stuff is tough. As you can see, the sky got cloudy on us this afternoon. We needed 100% sunshine, did not get it. And we needed about another day for this stuff to completely dry out. So most likely gonna have cow chow, which is fine, I need it, but yeah, and I think it's probably too short for the round baler to handle it, so it's in squares, and we'll just feed it like that. May try and dry out some of these. I've done it before. I don't have time this evening to set them out, but I might have to make time. If you set them out on the barn floor and just let them get air individually, and flip them every 12 hours about like a pancake. Wait a minute, that would burn a pancake. Anyway, Dad's just finishing up here. I am picking them up by hand. We did 116 over on Ballard Road. Some of them are gonna be tough. It's just how it is. I mean, it just absorbs this moisture out of the air, the hay does, and it's even gotten humid this afternoon, so I guess they're calling for thunderstorms tomorrow, which is fine, I guess. We'll have everything up, but man, when I cut this, I thought we had all day Sunday also. So, you always want to make sure, like I said, that everything's working right, and it did today. I don't have any wood in here to knock on, but that is probably the first year that we have gotten started like that with not a problem, and not having to get out and make an adjustment or anything. It just took off and it went. I probably could have backed off the pressure on these bales because I bet they weigh 120 pounds, and I've lifted several on the wagon, about 50 right now, 55. And seen the wife come out a little bit ago, take care of her chickens. So crazy chicken lady has taken care of her crazy chickens. We hatched 6 of them from eggs in an incubator thingy, and they did well. One was a little midget chicken. Sounds like the name of a movie or a great band. Anyway, they're doing well, and yesterday or the day before, we turned them out with the rest of the chickens. They were in a little cage, crate, whatever you want to call it, for a while, and in the chicken coop, so the big chickens could all get used to one another, and now they are all together and doing well. Last night was their first full night together, and nobody died. No chicken breakfast, no chicken dinner breakfast. All right, we're back at the barn, and I'm gonna stop being goofy. I'll see you.